Today's Saturday. I hope everyone's well with all this panic over the coronavirus. We're going to be doing something different here. I have a PK here I'm setting up. I'm going to smoke some chuck roast on this here, and I'm going to finish that off and use the Old Smokey. We're going to be making some kind of a old-fashioned stew. I don't know, you can make it, call it a pot roast, you can call it a stew. So the meat's been seasoned. Any case, I'm gonna be dumping this coal pretty soon. You can see it's pretty darn hot in there. Look at that, mother. Look at that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna also be smoking with the pecan. Here's one small piece right here. I have a few other small pieces right here. I cut it up into. I trimmed it a little bit here. Took out some of the hard fat and so on, and I cut them into strip. It's just going to be easy for me to handle here. By strip, you can see what I mean. That's not what a chuck roast normally looks like. You can see that, right? But it's all going to be good eating. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to treat this more like a stew. After the smoke, maybe for an hour, 2 hours, I don't know, play by ear. I'm going to let it sit and rest for a while. Then I'm going to cube it and put it into a braising pan. And I'm going to put it with the vegetables and so on. For good or bad, you can hear one of my neighbors here is mowing his lawn, but that's the way it is. People have to live. Okay, this is the setup. You can see I have the little grate here. I have the chuck roast sitting on 2 levels here. I could have put it all on the first level, but it was a little crowded, so I decided just, why not? I have this little accessory here. I'm going to use it. You can see the pecan is smoking away. And what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to put this little deflector sheet on. It's a grill grate accessory. I like to use it because the grill, this charcoal, is just a little too close for the meat for me. I don't know. This is what I've done. I had good luck with it, and I'm going to do that today. Okay, the Old Smokey is holding at 225 very steadily. And again, I'm just using the old charcoal that was in here earlier. Oh boy, it's been here for an hour. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see? Oh my goodness gracious. This looks wonderful. I'm going to turn them. Look at the color on them. Can you see? Oh my goodness. Boy, it smells wonderful. Flip the meat over, and I'm going to give it about another hour, and then I'm going to take it off. Let the meat chill for a while. Maybe, and I'll go for a walk, come back, cube them up. And we're going to then finish up on the Old Smokey here. I'll show you that later on. Oh man, can't wait. Now this is going to be an improvised recipe here. Here's a picture of the vegetable we'll be using. Here's a mess of potatoes here. And I don't know what kind of potato they're. We got them from Costco, like a butter potato. Here's some onions here. Carrots, not carrots, celery. We have carrots in the refrigerator. They're just half a bag or so. I'm going to season and oil this with oil, and I may put them in a grill and smoke them a little bit, the potatoes, and then mix it into this pan is what we're going to be using here, this big pan. Potatoes been on for about a half an hour now, and they're taking a little color, not much. They're still not done. Of course, I'm not expecting to cook them. I thought it'd just give a little smoke flavor since I had the blooming fire going still, so not going to waste it, I'll tell you that right now. See, I just cut into the chuck roast. Looks beautiful here. It's not completely cooked yet. I took it off after about 2 hours here. I'm going to cut this into little cubes here, like beef stew. You could leave it whole. You do whatever you want to do. This is what I'm going to do here right now. So you can see it's pretty nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at it. Beautiful. In any case, we'll get back to you later on. I'm going to put this on the Old Smokey soon. And then I'm going to put the vegetables in, and then my bride and I will take a walk. And we'll just let time do its magic, okay? Alright, we'll get back to you folks later. Okay, I just cut up the chuck roast here. You can see, you cut up to the size you like to eat it. This is about the size I like. No, this is awesome. It's very tender. It's not done, but I'm going to finish it and braise it in here. Okay, you see we chopped up the chuck roast here. And I sprinkled some onion soup mix. You can see I also squirted some tomato paste, and we had a jar of this garlic. Put some of this on, and now I'm gonna top this with some orange zest here. And I'm gonna bring this outside, and then we're gonna see what the heat is doing on the Old Smokey. And I'm gonna put it on, and then we're gonna. Oh, there's some bay leaves in here too. And then we're gonna seal this thing up, and then we're gonna go for a walk and see what happens here. All right, I have this on the Old Smokey. The nice thing about the Old Smokey is that, see, this is a rather big pan, and this awesome lid here can hold that here. Normally with beef stew or beef anything, like you would use beef broth, but we don't have this chicken, so it's very light. So this is just what we have. We're not going to go to the store because we're on lockdown here right now. I'm going to pour this beef broth in here. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, 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 some of that pressure's there. Here. Okay, good. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is come over here. I'm going to get my wine, red wine. And there's about 2 cups here. Just use whatever you have on hand. This is what we have on hand. And I'm going to put 2 cups of this in. And looks awesome. Next thing I'm going to do, yeah, watch out, just step back, honey. Hold on. I'm going to open this up, the PK. I'm going to take the potatoes off, put it over here. Oh man, smell that. Okay, I'm going to start putting the potatoes in, and you can see this is going to be awesome. I love potatoes. I love potatoes. When my mom used to make beef stew for us younger, we always asked for extra potato. At least I did. My brother wanted carrots. I like potatoes. This is awesome. Once I get this set in here, we're just gonna sit, go for a walk, maybe an hour. This may take 2-3 hours, okay? So we got time. Some people don't like to put the potatoes so soon. I don't care if they're mushy. I will eat it anyway, and we're gonna eat this over white rice. Okay. And I'm gonna just pour this in. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Now the potatoes I did season with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And next thing I'm gonna put in, here's some carrots here. I'm just gonna put this in. And I would have put some mushroom in, but this is fine. This is what we'll have. And next, I'm gonna cover it now. I'm gonna cover this, double cover this, got little rip here. You can see the code. You can see the code. Notice I'm just doing a slow method here. I started on one side and it would just spread, because this could be here for 4 hours. We'll check maybe in a couple hours. Now, in an emergency situation, I highly recommend you all get an Old Smokey for $67. This can take wood, charcoal, briquette. It'll burn anything. And look how versatile this is. See how big this top is? See? I couldn't put a pad in here, and I can't put it in my green egg over there too. I tried putting it in my green egg. I would have done it in my green egg if I could. But, all right. Whoa, mama. Oh, mama. Whoa. All right, it's been about 2 hours and 40 minutes or so. And it smells wonderful here. I'm just stirring this up a little bit here. Yeah, let's see how this meat looks. See this, look at this, hearty. So in a survival situation, we could still eat. Boy, look at that potatoes here. Let me test the potatoes. Well, potatoes, it's gonna take a little bit more time. Wow, it's surprising how hard these potatoes are. It's a good thing I put them in when I did, because you can see I'm punching a hole in this. And I don't know about you folks, but I like my potatoes soft, okay? This is not breaking apart here. Now these were, maybe I should cut them smaller, but that's okay. We're just gonna let time do its thing, okay? Time and heat. Let's see how this beef is doing here. Oh yeah, look at this. See, look at, ooh, look at that. See how it just shreds there right now? Just look at that, just coming apart. Can you see it? Yeah, see, like this. Oh, it's coming. You can use a little bit more time. A little bit more time. I want this to be really fork tender. I don't want to have to use a knife or anything. But look at that. See, it's coming there, but it's going to take more time. Okay, we're going to cover this back up. Maybe I'll let it. Maybe I won't cover for a while. Let's get some of this. Yeah, let's. Maybe I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to cover this very lightly. Not make it really tight. And then if need be, I'll just take the whole blooming thing off. Alright, I'm going to put this lid back on, and we're just going to let it sit, and time will do its thing. Alright. Alright, this has been sitting on the Old Smokey for, I don't know, 5 hours or so. It took a little longer than I want. I didn't have the heat high enough. It took a while to do the potato, but once I turned the heat up and kept it uncovered, and be honest with you, we ate some already here. We took some out, and you can just look at this. Isn't that, it's just delicious. It really, really is delicious. This is definitely not your mama's stew, okay? This is a man's stew. You ate this, you cannot stop eating it. My partner here told me that she would tell you that I ate a lot. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's very tasty. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh, yeah.
Very delicious. We would definitely do it again. So let me just summarize what we did here. Don't focus on me. Hold on. All right. This is what I used, okay? I have some of this. This is in our kitchen cabinet. Louisiana Cajun seasoning. And you can see how old it is, $2.29. You can't buy anything for $2.29 nowadays. I don't see an expiration date for us, but there's quite a bit in here. There's so much. This thing's been so old, I had to take a knife and jab through this hole here to loosen it up. See that hole right there? I had to open that up. And then I received this as a gift. Wait, first I pour some of this. No, I think I sprinkled this on first, this meat market. This is from Fresno, California here. And it says here, low salt, purpose seasoning, roast steak, seafood, chicken, tri-tips. It's from Fresno, California. I'm sure it is because I got it from my family from Fresno. And it's quite... so I sprinkle some of this onto the chuck roast. And then I sprinkle some of this. And I let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. Right before cooking then... I took some of this Big Ron Hint of Houston. I got this with my Old Smokey here. And this is actually quite good. It adds a little heat to it here. And very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. So we smoked the meat on the PK for about 2 hours. Took it off. Put it into a pan. And after it came down, I cut it up into little cubes like this. And then I put it into the pan. We mixed in some... Lipton onion seasoning, and I had little tomato paste, and we put garlic on it, and we put onions and celeries and potatoes, and then we put like 6 cups of chicken broth, because that's all we had, and about 2 cups of wine, covered it tight.
Orange zest.
Orange zest, that's right, orange zest, very tasty, bay leaves. This is a very flexible recipe. You can't go wrong with whatever you want to do. You put in whatever you want to do. Had we gone to the store, I would have gotten some mushroom. I put some green peas in here and so on. It cooked again. I smoked the chuck roast about 2 hours. Cut it up into chunks after it cooled down a little bit. Put it in here. Mix it with tomato paste, Lipton onion soup. the other things I mentioned to you. Cover it up, put it in the PK, on my Old Smokey. Did it for about 200, 225, which is not hot enough, actually. So it took a long time for the potato to come out, to get tender here. But it's, actually I would do it again, except if I would put on the PK, I would do a higher heat and get the potatoes tender. They're tender now. They're tender now. They could use a little bit more heat, but I'm happy with it. I ate it. We were just getting hungry because it's almost 9 o'clock here. So, but it was delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. I would do it again. Well, that's it. Give this a try and do what you feel like.